Okay, let's just be real for a second. Everything you think you know about the American dream, yeah, it's kind of a scam. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but there's something weird happening. Something that's quietly draining bank accounts all over the country. We're not just talking about the middle class getting a little smaller, we're basically attending its funeral. And the scariest part? You might be on the guest list and not even know it. You've seen this picture, right? The perfect house, the shiny car, the great job. It's all over your social media feed. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's a total illusion. It's a stage play. And behind the curtain, it's absolute chaos. People are one bad day, one unexpected bill, away from a complete financial meltdown. It is terrifying. All right, let's get into it. Section 1, the middle class illusion. And yeah, illusion is absolutely the right word. Remember that deal we were all promised? Go to school, get a good job, buy a house with that little white picket fence. You know the drill. Well, that deal, it's expired. Following that old map today doesn't lead to treasure, it leads you straight into a ditch. And that's the real kicker, isn't it? The performance. You see it all the time. People are posting their vacation photos while they're secretly getting angry calls from debt collectors. They're smiling for the camera, but behind the scenes, their entire financial world is on fire. It's like we're all watching a tragic movie where the price of a ticket is your entire future.
Okay, so if everyone's just faking it, how do you spot the truth? How do you see the cracks in this perfect Instagram-filtered world? Well, you don't need any special powers. You just need to know what to look for. Think of this next part as our financial detective training. Let's go find some clues.
Okay, new Trader U gave us the cheat codes, the 5 big red flags. And oh man, are they juicy? First up, the super flashy car parked in front of a kind of sad-looking house. It's like putting a diamond on a moldy piece of bread. It just makes no sense. Second, tiny, unfixed things. The cracked phone screen they never get around to fixing. The side mirror held on with duct tape. These aren't personality quirks, people. They are financial SOS signals. Third, outdated luxury. That fancy bag from like 10 years ago or a watch that looks like it's been through a war. It's a museum of when I used to have money. Fourth, and this one is genius, weird social eating habits. You know the friend who always says, "Oh, I already ate," when the check comes? Yeah, no they didn't. And number 5, this one just hurts. The kids suddenly quit all their activities. Little Timmy didn't suddenly hate baseball. His parents' bank account started hating it. These are the signs.
But wait, here's the crazy part. This isn't just a bunch of people who are bad with money. That's the easy answer. It's the lazy answer. No, what we're really seeing are the symptoms of a much bigger problem, a kind of systemic disease. So if these are just the clues, who's the real culprit? Let's dig deeper. All right, buckle up. We're heading into Section 3, the Great Squeeze. And honestly, they should probably call it the Great Suffocation. This is the part of the story where we find out what's really going on behind the scenes. This is the invisible force that's crushing millions of families, and most of them don't even know it exists.
Just look at this number, -28%. According to Pew Research, that's how much wealth the average middle-class family lost in a single decade. A decade. That's not a dip, that's not a correction, that is a straight-up mugging. Imagine a thief just walking into your house and taking nearly a third of everything you own. Well, guess what? That's what happened. And if you need to see the body, well, here it is. This is the hard evidence. Back in 1971, the middle class was the clear majority. Over 60% of the country. It was the stable core of everything. Fast forward 40 years, and boom. It's barely hanging on at 51%. 10% of the middle class just vanished. Poof, gone. So where'd they go? Well, it wasn't up. So where did all that money, all that security, actually go? Oh, it didn't disappear. It was just relocated. Look at this. In 1970, the middle class held over 60% of the country's entire income. By 2010, their share had plummeted to just 45%. Meanwhile, the upper income folks, their share exploded from 29% to a massive 46%. This was not an accident. It was the biggest wealth transfer in modern history, and it happened right under our noses. So this whole middle-class squeeze thing, what is it, really? Well, Wikipedia has a super boring definition. Here's the real version. Imagine you're on a tricycle, pedaling as hard as you possibly can. That's your paycheck. Now, imagine your bills, your rent, your gas, your groceries are a giant monster truck right behind you. You're pedaling, you're sweating, but that monster truck is just getting closer and closer. That is the squeeze. And if you think this is some old problem, you are not going to like this next part. This data from Bank of America is basically a sneak peek into the future. Look, inflation, the cost of everything, is going up by 3%. But wages for the middle? Only 2%. You are literally losing money just by standing still. Every single day you go to work, you are getting a tiny bit poorer. The game is rigged for you to lose.
So what do? What happens when your paycheck just can't cover your bills anymore? You do what anyone would do. You look for a lifeline. And right there, in the corner, is this shiny, easy solution called a credit card. It looks like a way out, but it's not a door. It's a trap.
And once you fall through that trapdoor, this is what's waiting for you. Over $8,000. That's the average credit card debt, according to CBS News. And let's be crystal clear here. This isn't people going on wild shopping sprees. This is my car broke down and I have to get to work debt. This is my kid got sick and I have to pay for medicine debt. It's survival debt.
But here's where it goes from just bad to a complete nightmare. 23%. That's the average interest rate on that debt. 23%. That's not an interest rate, that's a punishment. At that rate, your debt doesn't just sit there, it grows. It gets bigger and stronger while you're sleeping. It turns a small problem into a monster you can never escape.
Okay, take a breath. I know this is heavy. I know it's scary. But I did not bring you all the way down here just to leave you in the dark. No way. The story doesn't end here. We've seen the problem, we've identified the villain. Now it is time to fight back. The same sources that showed us the trap also gave us the escape plan. Let's gear up.
All right, listen up. Here's your 5-step battle plan, straight from CBS News. Step 1, the balance transfer. Find a card with 0% interest and move your debt there. This stops the bleeding and gives you breathing room. Step 2, negotiate. Yes, you can do this. Call your credit card company and tell them you need help. Be polite, but be firm. They'd rather get something than nothing. Step 3, find the cash. Go through your budget and be ruthless. Every single dollar you can find, you launch it directly at that debt. Step 4, consolidate. If you have a bunch of different debts, roll them into one loan with a lower interest rate. It's way easier to fight one enemy than 5. And finally, step 5, the avalanche method. Find the debt with the highest, ugliest interest rate, and you throw everything you have at it until it's gone. Then you move to the next one. This is how you take back control. So there you have it. The data is clear. The American dream as we knew it, it is in critical condition. The old playbook is broken. So the real question isn't what happened. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep playing a rigged game by the old rules, or are you going to learn the new ones? Because in this new economy, just surviving isn't enough. It's about figuring out how to actually win. The choice is yours.